Hi guys, Steve here from Wild Child Productions, and today I have another DIY project for you, which is a tether system. It's a lot easier way, cheaper way to make a tether without spending a bunch of money. Check out. Alright guys, so you've probably seen on the internet plenty of times of different tether systems out there, which just uses a paracord, which I've used from other projects, and just some nice ice fishing 60-pound test line. And I can show you exactly how this thing works out. So the reason why there's two loops on this side is you're going to take your GoPro case, and there's that little metal hinge on the back. So you're going to take it, you're going to slide it through, you know, your GoPro little metal hinge there. As you can see. Now you're going to take it and you're going to wrap the other end right through it like so. So now that's going to make a nice tether to your GoPro itself. So if something should happen and you break the case down here below, your GoPro itself is not going to go flying. You're not going to lose it. So then you got the secondary loop. You take whatever mount you have. This is just a suction cup mount. And you'll actually take this, put it right on top of there, and then stick it down. So you want to stick it in there, get nice and, you know, on there and tight, and you tighten down your thumb screw, like so. And then you can mount this to your car, to your boat, or whatever, and then that whole system is going to be tethered together. So you're not going to lose it. And then you could take this part here, and whatever you feel like doing, you could take it and attach it to the side mirror or whatever. It's always nice. You can always back it up like this, which creates its own little loop. And then you can stick it on, say, whatever you need, like my hand, like that, and there you go. Works also as a wrist lanyard too, or tether, so you don't lose your GoPro when you're swimming or whatever, instead of having a whole bracelet. So it's a cheap way, and I want to show you how to make it. Alright guys, for what you need for this build is you're going to need, obviously, some paracord. And it doesn't matter which color you could pick. You could pick black or white or pink or green or blue. Whatever color you want. Today I'm going to go with this bright green color, just because I kind of like it to stand out a little bit for you guys. You're going to need something that's going to be high strength threading. I use just this nylon tip-up line for ice fishing. 60-pound test. I've never had it snapped on whatever biggest fish I've ever had. So this stuff works really well. So that's what I'm using this today. So first off, you're going to start with your paracord, and you're going to figure out how long do you want to make it. Now you can make it any length that you want. You can make it, you know, 6 inches, you can make it 12 inches, you can make it 24, 36. It just depends on how far away do you want your camera to be from your anchor point. All right, so we're going to do about 12-inch length tether here. And you got to factor in that 2 inches for each loop. So you want to go just a little bit bigger. So we're going to actually go 15 inches here. I'm going to cut that. So now with paracord, we all know that there's the exterior, and then there's a bunch of threads in the inside, which give it its strength. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the lighter, and you're going to melt the ends. I have both ends on it that have been melted with a lighter. So now what you're going to do is you're going to make your first loop. And it's a good way for reference is to have, say, one of your mounts with you, so you don't make your loop too small. So you just kind of mark it. You can take a permanent marker so you know roughly where you want to have them together, because if you don't mark it, you might actually make it too small. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your thread, and what I did is I took the thread and I ran it through the eye, and I doubled it up. So there's actually it makes two pieces of thread at one time, and then you make a knot at the very end of it down there. So you're going to take it and you're going to go and you're going to sew. It's pretty simple. You're just going to go through, around, through again. Now what I do is I went from the back side, now I'm going to go to the top side, and I want to kind of alternate from top to bottom as I'm going around to create a nice tight knot. And you're going to go back and forth between top and bottom a couple times, because you want to make sure you're going through it enough where it's going to be secure and it's not going to come apart for you while you're, having it tethered to something. Because how horrible would that be if your tether came undone and you actually lost your GoPro when you weren't really planning on it? So I go back and forth through here, top and bottom, about 4 to 6 times. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your tether or your string, after you've gone through it a few times, you're going to just wrap it around. You can make it nice and tight. And then the last time, you do that 6 or 7 times, just enough where you feel like it's nice and secure. You're going to go right back through it one more time. And then this time you're going to go through. So what I did was I went through, and as I created a loop, I'm going to pop it right in the middle. I'm going to pull that, and it kind of made it a little knot, and that's what we want. We want to make a knot so it's not going to come undone. And then you go through it again, and you take the extra thread that you just wrapped around, you slide your needle through it, and back through the loop again just to make one more knot. And there you go. Then you can take that and you can cut off the excess. Now what I do right away is once I'm done cutting it, I go and make another knot right away, because you're going to need this. So now you're going to take your heavy strength fishing line or whatever threading that you have, something that's thin enough that's going to make it through the little hinge on your GoPro. So then you're going to do is you're going to make just these 2 loops here by tying a knot. So then you're going to take it and you're going to stick it right underneath in there. like so. And then you're gonna do another round of sewing. So now you have the start of your tether loop, and they fit on there nice and perfect, which is good. Now you're going to need your heat shrink. And what I do is I take it and measure just a little bit down from my last wire. So now you're going to take the part that you want and you're going to slide it on there. You can also grab the other end and do a little pull, and there you go. Now one more time before you actually heat it up, you're going to want to make sure that your loop is still the same size you want, because once you heat it, it's going to kind of shrink down a little bit. So that looks good to me. Now what I do is I take your extra cord here and I kind of wrap it up so it doesn't get melted. So now you're going to do is you're going to take your lighter and you just ever so gently just run the lighter up and down the side as you rotate it. So that is just one side of the tether that we just made. Pretty simple. Doesn't take a whole lot. Now this time, when you're going to do the opposite end, you want to put the heat shrink wire, the heat shrinking material on there first. And then we're going to do this one more time. And then just slide your heat shrink up. Your lighter one last time. And there you go. Now you made a cheap, at home, very durable tether for your GoPro. Now I hope you liked my DIY project on how to make your own tether system with using paracord, a little bit of 60-pound test fishing line. Definitely don't use plastic or the like that. You want the fabric nylon type fishing line. It's, you know, 60-pound test or more would be sufficient. And there you go. So if you like what I did today, please, guys, subscribe to my channel. I have more, you know, helpful DIY tips for you and other fun things. So thanks for checking me out.